Hello, here's until I fix stuff. So this is a Comptometer model 3D11, which is the last of the Comptometers. They did make an electric version of this too, but this is the last model Comptometer, well, Felt and Tarrant released on the Comptometer. This was made up until, I think, the 1960s. I believe this came out in 50 or 51. It was made up until the early 60s. Now later, a company from the UK, was Bell Punch, bought the Comptometer name and made similar key-driven machines under the Comptometer name, but they weren't actually designed by Felt and Tarrant, and I think they were, a different internal design entirely. I don't think they were really based on the Comptometer design at all, other than outside appearance and use being similar. So this is like the last of the real actual Felt and Tarrant Comptometers. And I actually don't think that the Bell Punch Comptometers were sold in the US either. I think they were only sold in the UK, or in Europe. But anyway, so this one seems, other than missing some keys, to be mostly functional. It's a bit sticky, but I was stuck carry there, but except for this digit, which doesn't do anything. So that has to be looked into. The lost carries also has to be, and that's a bit sticky too. That's fine. If I can. Hitting the right keys. Yeah, that's correct. So it seems to be loosening up. So anyway, to take the case off, pretty similar to the WM, take off the screw in here. This thing has to come off. If I can see screw. I'm not sure if this is supposed to pivot or not. I think on one of my WMs it does pivot. On one it doesn't, so I'm not sure exactly what the deal is with that. So that the way we can lift this up. And you can see the pattern plate there, they hid that underneath, starting with the WM. You can take all these screws out around the edge. So let me do that, and then we will continue the video. Now, I'm not sure if this has to come off. Let's see. Well, popped off on its own, so it did have to come off. Just wasn't on there very tight, so it kind of just popped right off when I pulled the case off. Well, that's cool. So if you can tell, there's actually a little ball bearing in there. There's like a detent, so instead of, it's interesting. Well, I lose it down in there. To put that back on there, but yeah, that's kind of interesting. Instead of having that as a press fit, it just pops off there. And also, this one came off too. That one also may have a little, can't really tell if there's a little, come on. Looks like there's a little spring or ball bearing or something in there too. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so it just came out pretty easily. This one is the control key reset. So if you don't push a key all the way down, it'll detect that and lock the keyboard, and this resets that. And this is an automatic control key reset. So basically the idea there is, and this is the new feature, really I think the only new feature on this machine. The idea with this is, this latches down like that, and then you do that when you're multiplying or dividing, so that way if the control key mechanism trips while you're multiplying or dividing, you can reset it just by pressing the correct key again, and you don't have to push the release. That's all that does. So, let's see. Yeah, this is just really sticky, it seems. So hopefully a bit of oil on there got some down here on the intermediate gear. Oh, that oil thing is leaking all over the place now. Get some up here on the put some down there. And see if we can work this free here. You can see how it's stuck to this shaft because you see. Not sure if you can see that one's wiggling a little bit. Well, my whole table's wiggling, but this one on the end is wiggling a little bit, which says to me that this wheel is actually stuck on the main shaft that runs all the way through here. And I'm just trying to rotate the shaft, which is causing that one to move. So, probably do a little bit more of that. Doesn't seem to be loosening up immediately. So what I might end up doing is there's a metal panel here on the side. I might take that off and then tap the shaft in here back and forth a little bit to try and work some of the oil in on the actual shaft. So yeah, when these are like this, they should all be spring-loaded towards 0. Actually, some of these got a little bit of paint on the, that one's a bit sticky. Doesn't snap back quite as fast. So that's our stuck one. Oh, and that one's stuck too. Oh no, there it goes. It's a little bit better. Yes, that will also need some oil. Okay, so let me get some oil into all those, see if I can loosen those up, and we'll continue from there. Now, I think we are getting somewhere close now. So all the columns will enter numbers now and show the results. And clearing almost works, just this column is a bit sticky yet. And it seems to be the issue was not actually dried grease. It's kind of weird. It almost seems like these sheet metal pieces here in between the digits are actually pinching the digits. So what I've been doing is I've been going through and kind of trying to bend them like apart a little bit. Let's see. So that one made it a little bit faster. Yeah, it's really weird kind of thing here. I don't know exactly why. Yeah, so a little bit. There it goes. So theoretically, we should be able to do these stupid keys. I've already messed up somewhere there. Maybe entered one of these twice. Let's clear it out and try again. And these keys are, see, they're just like have a little frame inside there, and you can see the hole in the middle just, was disintegrating. So that's why all the keys are falling off. I don't know if I can fix that, or, I mean, I could glue them on, but then you'd never be able to get them back off again. So I'm not sure if I want to do that. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that yet. I might look for a parts machine with similar keys and see if I can use those instead, because there's quite a few now. We're already missing some, and quite a few more have decided to fall off. So Something seems funny with that. So by the way, what we're expecting is there to be a 4 at the beginning, all 9s in the middle, and a 5 at the end. And anytime we deviate from that pattern, I don't know if I push that key all the way, we'll find out. Yeah, see? Anytime we deviate, that's probably why. So now we're making progress across. So probably I was hitting one of those keys and wasn't pressing down all the way. Key up there. Okay. Hey, there we go. It works all the way across. Clears out. Okay, so I'm probably going to play around with this little one, just make sure that it's going to stay reliable. You know, that these things aren't going to try and spring back and pinch them again. It's really a strange issue. I've never seen that before. I've never worked on one of these comptometers before either, but I really have no idea how that would even happen. It doesn't seem that there's any damage, you know, on the front of the case. Like it would have got hit in here and mushed some of these over, so they're really strange. So what I did was this piece over here, you can kind of see how it's bent out a little bit. I just took a pair of pliers and bent that out to give ample space in here. That one has some space. This one, not much. See, not much space on some of these. That one feel a little bit freer. Yeah, these are pretty tight in there, which is kind of weird. You know, at least on the earlier saw comptometers like the Model A and Model C and them that I've taken these digits out on, they're definitely not that tight in there. So I really have no idea what happened there. Kind of strange. But anyway, so I'll probably play around with this a little bit more. See what I can do about these keys that keep falling off. Now this one might be able to go back on and maybe stay on. We'll see. Yeah, this is the only comptometer to use this style of key, so if I want to get replacement keys, I'll have to get another 3D11, probably, a smaller one or one that's in worse condition, and steal some keycaps off of it, because I think we're missing at least 3 in total, and some like this, you're not going to stay on unless you fill that with epoxy or something. Put focus on it. Here's a good chunk of the internal supports missing on there, so yeah, not good quality keys here. Alright, so let's see. I did get some oil on the keycaps, so I'll have to clean those off. Probably if I find another machine with replacement keys, I'll go through and clean up all the remaining keycaps and replace the missing ones. But anyway, so we should be able to do 1, 2, 3, plus 4, 5, 6, plus 7, 8, 9, plus 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that is correct, 3, 0. If I want to subtract, say we have, 45. When I subtract 9, we'll hold up this carry inhibit here, and push 0, 8 on the small digits, and 36, there we go, that is correct. So the way you subtract is you enter 1 less than what you want to subtract using the small digits. So I want to subtract 9, so I enter 8 on the small digits. However, I had a 5 here, and 9, which is what I'm subtracting, is larger than 5, so I actually have to enter 0, 8 on the small digits. And then because I can stop there, I push up this little tab here and just enter it. And this stops the carry from propagating across. Without these, you'd have to enter all these zeros and then 8. So that's all that does. So we can do multiplication. Let's do, let's see, 625. So 625. And we want to enter it 5 times in this column. And then shift over and then enter it 2 times. And shift over and then, my finger on that keys, enter it 6 times. Oh, must have messed something up. Let's try that again. It's 25. Shift over and then enter it 2 times. And there goes another keycap. Perfect. Let's shove that out of the way for now. 625. And move over here and then enter it 6 times. There we go. They know 65. So I just didn't enter it enough times last time. That is correct. Get this stupid keycap out of here. Another one to replace. They're not actually broken. It's just, well, that one's a little bit cracked, but the plastic is, as you can see, it's misshapen there, so it's not actually gripping the key stem anymore. I guess maybe I could shove maybe a little bit of paper or something in there so I'll get those to stay on. But like I said, since I'm already missing at least 2 or 3, if I want to get a full keyboard, I have to find a punch machine anyway. So if I can find a punch machine with good keys, I may as well just go that route. But anyway, let's see if we can do some division. One thing else I wanted to mention, one thing, this doesn't seem to have the bell anymore. Starting with the Model H and then up through the Model M, there was a bell, so when you push the first key, it would ring a bell. This doesn't seem to have it anymore for some reason. Something else is it enables the zeros up to here when you push the key in any one of these columns. I'm not sure why that is. I'm not sure if it's supposed to or that's some sort of issue. But given that it stops on a key boundary, not a key boundary, a color boundary, because the color changes between these 2 columns, so these would be black numbers in here. These are red here. I'm going to assume that it's supposed to be that way. So these would be like your 3 zeros for whole numbers and your 2 columns for cents here. I'm just going to assume that's the way that they did it. Could be wrong, but let's get the benefit of the doubt. So anyway, so we can do some division now. So 3, 5, divided by 113. So we hold down 112 on the small digits. I have nothing to the left of me, so I enter this until what's directly below me is less than 113. Now it is, so I shift over 1 position, keep going. I got a 1 to the left of me, so I hit once, still a 1, so now I do the regular continue until I'm less than what's below me. And I got a 1 next to me. And now I have to stop. So this would be, let's do a decimal point here. Little flippy tabs here. That's also a new thing on this machine. And this would be our remainder here. So we got 3.141592920. So that looks good. Clear it out. I should have pushed this down, locked in for division and multiplication. So the idea with that is, so if I hit a key only partially, what it does is it locks all the other columns, so I can go back and correct that, and then I push this to reset, or should reset. Well, now it's reset. Okay, so it's to hold this down first and then re-enter. So if I mess up here and only push it down partially, I can hold this, reset, and now it lets me continue. With this latch down, it should be that if I mess up, I can go back, correct it, and continue without having to push the reset. So that's all that little thing over there does. Okay, it's going to be about for this one. Other than missing the keys, the case is actually in pretty decent shape. There's a bit of paint missing here and here, but other than that, it looks pretty good, I think. And the badge back there looks okay. And you notice on this one, the badge, they used to say Comptometer on the front here on the model, well, starting with the Model H up until this model actually. It said Comptometer right across the front, and then the back plaque said Felt and Tarrant, and on the Model H and J it had all the patents and everything. On the Model M it just said Felt and Tarrant. On this one, they got rid of the labeling on the front and just put the plaque that says Comptometer, Felt and Tarrant product. And then if you look on the bottom, that's actually where the patent information is. They took that off the top and stuck it down here. You can see right there it says 3D11. Yeah, I think that's going to be about it for this one. Just got to find a parts machine for some keys, and I think this will be pretty decent. So hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching.